There's a clothing shortage on my boat. A yacht in Maui decides to ride the surf, and I get stupid at Gilbert's. And this is the bottom line. Hey everybody, I'm Doug, and this is the bottom line. Welcome, Big Square. I love you guys. So we're doing things a little differently this week because Paige is in Miami and I am on my private yacht down in the Florida Keys. That's right, I have caviar. I'm sitting on the aft deck. Oh, thank you. My favorite beverage. I'm being waited on hand and foot. Actually, that's kind of not true. This boat's only 23 feet long, but it's a really cool boat. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about it later on in the show, but let's jump right into it. Let's get to the sponsors and let's get this thing going. First one we got is Marine Data Solutions. You know what? I've got 99 problems on board, but
the internet's not one of them.
And actually, I'm running their internet on this boat, and it's been seamless. I've been watching Amazon Prime all night. I love it. It's awesome. Never forget about Hargrave Custom Yachts. Although they didn't build this one, I'm pretty sure they could, because the middle name in Hargrave is Custom. They'll do anything that you want. They'll paint the boat purple. All you got to do is write the check. Tell your bosses that this is a boat you definitely need to check out. Okay, and let's not forget Interior Technology Services. They are the boat cleaning company. They do your carpets, they do your walls. Even if you line the crew up, they'll do, line them up along the wall. They'll clean them too. They give out certificates for fire retardant carpet. So all you gotta do is set your carpet on fire and find out if you need them or not. Interior Technology Services. We're gonna jump right into yacht industry news. We have a new thing. It's like a news ticker. No, it's like newspapers. Go. So even though I don't have a co-host, I can still show you the sights and sounds of South Florida. This is a 1969 59-foot Trumpy. Everyone online, I posted this and we were all trying to figure out who it is and what it is. It's actually called the Marguerite, and it was completely refit at Tiffany Yachts in Virginia, 1969. Absolutely stunning. Just look at that thing go by. Okay, yacht industry news. First thing we got is from Boat Data, Boat Pro Data. They're reporting that mega yacht, super yacht sales are down $1.6 billion in 2022 from 2021. What's that mean? That means less boats changed hands. I don't think this is considerably a bad thing because we've had a supply issue. I mean, there just probably wasn't enough boats to sell. And 1.6 sounds like a lot, 1.6 billion, but we are still at record numbers for the past 5 years. So even though it dipped a little, we are still way ahead from 2019, 18, 17, 16. It's still boom time in the yachting industry, so I don't think anybody should worry about it. Okay, next. We have this really cool thing. There is a company called Mr. Cinema who has partnered with all the production companies like Paramount and all that, and they're making it available for mega yachts that are in charter service to have first run movies on board. Isn't that cool? That means you can charter a boat and get the same movie that is in a theater at the same time. I think that's awesome. That's taking mega yachts to a new level, and there's going to be obviously a subscription fee, but when you're selling charters and you go, and hey, how about if you charter the boat and we run Top Gun, the first week it was out. I think that is a huge thing for charter yachts, so check it out. And lastly, we have a bit of a problem. There was a motor yacht, 92-foot, I believe, Sunseeker, that hit the beach in Maui, right next to a big surf spot, and the surfers aren't happy. Here's some pictures of it. It's causing quite a ruckus. Now in Miami, they don't even want charter yachts. They want their waters left pristine. He was on, apparently, what I read was a day mooring. It was a 2.5 hour maximum to be on that mooring. He was there, again, this is what I read, 27 hours, and either the mooring line snapped, somebody cut it, or it wasn't tied off correctly, and he ended up on the rocks. The Coast Guard has taken over. They've federalized the wreck. In other words, he can't remove it until all the fuel and oil and environmental damage is done. Then the Coast Guard will release it back to the owner, and then he can hire a salvage company to get it out of there. Now, a lot of locals there are like, we're expecting some 10 to 15 foot swells, and they're saying in a couple of days the boat's going to be in pieces. So it's a bit of a problem. You know, Hawaii is very, very serious about protecting their shorelines. So I hope they get this resolved in a reasonable time, and hopefully the guys got the money to do it. This monster is the motor yacht Infinity. It was built by Ocean Co. It's 383 feet long. Look at how it makes the 200 footers look like toys. It was just launched in May of 2022. It's 4,980 gross tons. It cruises to 16 knots and it has 45 crew. That, my friends, is a ship. Okay, not really yacht industry related, but you got to keep in mind out when you come down to the Keys, the amount of live-aboard boats is absolutely insane. Every nook and cranny has a boat that will probably never ever move again. They don't have power, they don't have water, people live on them, and then when storms come through, they sink. And let's face facts, the people who live on them don't have the money to raise them, so they sit there for a long time until the state pays to get them removed. I'm not going to say it's a big problem, but it's something that I think everybody needs to be aware of. It's getting worse and worse. I don't know if it's because of the economy. I don't know if it's the pirate lifestyle. I love boats. There's no way, you know, you're going to keep me from a boat, and who knows, maybe one day I end up out here. But I think these boats should be at least seaworthy for the safety of everyone who's on board, especially in storms in the middle of the night. That was kind of cool. Unfortunately, these boats did not make it. So there they sit. I think that's it for yacht industry news. We're going to move into Tech Talk. Give me Tech Talk. Tech Talk. I'll tell you what, first of all, Dave from AMSOIL is sponsoring Tech Talk. What's that mean? That means that Dave from AMSOIL can get you all the synthetic oil you need. By the way, it doubles your oil changes. So if you're changing your oil every 200, 250, you can go 500 or more. He also does oil analysis. So please check out Dave. Here's his number. Give him a call. He'll get you all set up. Welcome to the Bottom Line family, Dave. We'd love to have you. And this week in Tech Talk, we're talking about the U.S. Power Squadrons. Now, you see that flag that I fly? And that is in place of the U.S. ensign. Technically, that's allowed because an act of Congress said that in lieu of the U.S. flag, I can put the U.S. Power Squadrons flag up. Now, what is the U.S. Power Squadrons? Back in like 1905, everybody had sailboats, and a guy from the Boston Yacht Club bought a power boat, and this was starting to take on gasoline power boats. So he formed the Power Squadron from the Boston Yacht Club. And then it's branched out to the New York Yacht Club. Ooh, New York Yacht Club. And then we fast forward to today, where there are 45,000 members. I belong to the Fort Lauderdale chapter. What is the U.S. Power Squadrons? It is a organization of professional sailors that want to help people learn about yachts. They have courses that you can learn how to drive yachts, safety, all that other stuff. And we're here to promote safe boating. And you don't really see too many Power Squadron flags flying. I fly it proudly. I strongly recommend it. If you're even, just a yacht captain, you should join too. The fees are very, very minimal. You can fly that flag. Let everybody know that you're part of the U.S. Power Squadron. Just do me a favor. Do not run around with that flag and have your fenders hanging over. That kind of looks bad. The Power Squadrons are supposed to set the standard, and it's a very high standard. Anyway, that's Tech Talk, so technically speaking, that's the right flag that I am flying on the back. Okay, bottom feeders this week. I'm going to give you 3. I got Luke Whitley. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Luke, thanks for watching. He's from Michigan, and it's pretty cold up there, so I hope you're down in Florida, Luke, but I really appreciate watching. He actually reported back that Jamie's crew houses at crewhaven1501.com do not drag anchor in the middle of the night. He can attest to that. I got another one, Amber from Colorado. Now, so when we were at Gilbert's the first night, everything closes kind of early, so about 10 o'clock, everybody started walking around the dock. I turned the music on the boat, and next thing you know, we got about 20 people, and it turned into a party. Not my finest moment, but we got to meet some really cool people. Amber from Colorado is one of them. It was really cool to see you, really nice to meet you. And she said, I'll be your first when I buy a charter boat. She'll be our first customers. We're looking forward to that. And I got another one, Henriette, I hope I pronounced this right, Van Uren, I believe, from South Africa. She says that she stumbled on the show. She's new to yachting, and she loves it. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Henriette. I hope you get a boat. Being from South Africa, there's a lot of resources over there to help you get in the industry. And I also want to thank every single person who watches the show. It's a labor of love, and when I get these people writing in, it just makes me feel good. It makes it worthwhile to do, because trust me, we ain't making any money on this. Okay, next we're going to move into... Damn it. Okay, Crew Corner this week is brought to you, like every week, part of the Bottom Line family is Jamie from crewhaven1501.com. She's getting married really soon. Congratulations on that. Never forget, crewhaven1501.com. Their houses do not drag anchor. We just got verification on that. Monkey butlers, pink Rolls Royces, bouncy houses in the back, T-Rexes, because it's that time of year. The T-Rexes are ripping up the neighborhood, but that's okay. They're still cool to watch. Check them out at crewhaven1501.com. Okay, so Crew Corner this week, I'm going to talk about how important it is to still get some time for yourself. Now, I'm talking about career yachties. We're always out there. We're always making sure everybody else has what they need and they have the best trip. And sometimes we forget why we're out here. We're out here for the water. We love it. This is our life. So I highly recommend getting and doing something like running a boat like this. Why? First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the boat. This is a Ranger Tug R-23, and even though it has the word tug in it, it's very fast. I cruise at 25 knots, and it tops out at 37 knots. That's important because we still work. We don't have 2 weeks to go on a trip. I can get down to Key Largo and back in a weekend and then show up for work on Monday morning. Everything on this boat screams motor yacht. We got a little bit of wave, so that's a little motor yacht. I have touch screen. I have a bow thruster. This boat is going to get fitted with radar, AIS. In other words, there's plenty of electronics for me to play with while I'm driving. It has a V-berth with a head. It has a full galley. It has a microwave. It has heating and air conditioning. It has a cockpit. I'll give you guys a quick walkthrough in a second. And it just does everything you wanted to do for a weekend. We could go out on this boat for a week and be self-sufficient. Oh, and by the way, did I say it has a bow thruster? Because it does. Remember, 25 knot cruise. At that cruise, by the way, I'm burning I'm getting 2.5 miles to the gallon. So it's amazing. I pull in for dockage and they say, oh, that'll be $60. I fill up the boat. It's like, oh, that's, half a tank. It's like, oh, that's 220, 250 bucks. Everything is very manageable. I can't stress enough that we all got into this for a reason, and it's time to everybody just get out there on your own time and have some fun. That's all I'm trying to say. This boat is a Pacific Northwest boat. It's enclosed, but there's so many windows and everything that I don't feel hot or anything like that. And you can get one from the factory. They're walking out the door these days about $180,000, $190,000. I got a deal on this one. And I think you guys should check it out. Ranger Tugs are a great product. So anyway, that's the bottom line. I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was kind of off the cuff, and that's just the way it's got to be. So I don't know what big square. Boom boom.